From South Africa, the country that gave us the global anthem, "You are Alpha and Omega," a nation whose very national anthem is a prayer, comes, please pardon my pronunciation, Xolly Mncwango's Umuhle Baba. It is a masterpiece of South African gospel, beautifully arranged to read like Zulu poetry, the kind historically dedicated to kings, heavy with weight and dense with meaning. Theologically, this song hits on one of the most difficult human struggles, the goodness of God in the midst of the unusual. In the song, Xolly creates a powerful tension. We often struggle to see God's goodness when our circumstances look unusual or broken, as if His goodness is a fluctuating mood or a response to our behavior. But today, we are going to look deeper. We are going to look at God as the summum bonum, the highest good. We will see Umuhle not just as a description, but as telos, the ultimate end and purpose of all things. We're going to find out why everything, the light and the dark, the miracle and the mystery, works out for your good if you love the Lord. Xolly opens with a command of attention. uNkulunkulu emihlola, God of miracles and wonders. She's being surgically specific about the God she is addressing. In a world full of gods, not many can embody this label. Think back to 1 Kings 18, the showdown on Mount Carmel. The priests of Baal spent hours screaming to a God who remained silent. Elijah mocked them, "Scream louder, maybe he's sleeping." But when Elijah stepped up, he didn't just ask for fire. He made the job harder by drenching the sacrifice in water. The God of the miracles, the God Xolly is addressing, is the one who responded by fire, consuming the offering, the wood, the stones, and even licking up the water. This isn't just a God of miracles. This is the God who overrides the laws of physics to prove His identity. She closes her introduction with a phrase that defines His methodology. Oshintshe okuchwayeliwe akwenze nzulu. He changes the familiar or ordinary and makes it deep or extraordinary. Our God is extravagant. It is His nature. He specializes in taking the mundane, the ordinary, or the despised, and making a spectacle of His glory through it. He takes a shepherd boy and makes him a king. He takes a runaway murderer and makes him the greatest leader of all time. He takes a barren couple and makes them the father and mother of nations. His record is a legal testimony to this truth. God does not do surface level. If it's familiar, He will disrupt it. If it's shallow, He will deepen it. Then we turn to the heavens. Zinkanyezi nalilanga zifakazela. The stars and the sun testify. This is a direct challenge to the New Age movements that look to the stars for guidance. The song is saying the heavenly bodies you are worshipping are actually busy worshipping the one who made them. The Zulu word nkulunkulu carries the weight of Elohim. Elohim, the all-powerful creator God. It is the plural of Eloah, representing the fullness of His power and His role as the judge and master of the universe. How do the sun and stars testify? Every time the sun rises in the east exactly as God commanded in Genesis 1, it is a witness. Every time the seasons flow in their rhythmic order, nature is signing the document of His goodness. Remember, at the end of every day of creation, God stopped to audit His work and said, "It was good." Nature doesn't just exist, it testifies. It proves that He is consistent. How you approach God determines who He becomes to you. Not because He changes, He is the same yesterday, today, and forever, but because you can only receive what you have the capacity to house. If you approach Him as a mood, you will only receive a feeling. But if you approach him as Elohim, the God of miracles, the doer of good, and the source of the universe, you open up a capacity for the nzulu, the deep, to move in your life. We must look at good as telos. This means God's goodness is not always visible in the process, but it is revealed in the outcome. Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. This school of thought changes how you view your present unusual pain. Knowing your God is Tov puts you in a place of rest during the storm. Because good is who he is, good is all he does, always. When life breaks us, we ask, how can a good God allow this? The standard answer is, God has a plan. While true, it often feels unsatisfactory because we don't always experience that goodness in real time. It is usually only in the rear-view mirror of life that you see he was carrying you. You see it in every great biography. It was good that I went through what I went through for the person I am today. God's version of good doesn't always look like ours, but his is far more rewarding than ours could ever hope to be. Then she addresses him as Baba, Father. A father is the provider, sustainer, and head. He represents authority, but also nurturing and discipline. He is the creator God, Elohim, who is simultaneously your dad, the one who cares with such detail that he has numbered the hairs on your head. Matthew 7:11 dares us to compare. If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? The song brings us in front of the majesty of the Creator King of the universe, who also happens to be the run-up to him and sit on his lap Dad. The hook closes with a powerful collective agreement. I am leaning toward the word witness. Based on how the song started with the stars and sun testifying, she is expressing a firm conviction. His goodness isn't something we negotiated or debated. It's a conclusion we reached based on the evidence of his character. We are witnesses to his goodness. The album is titled Unusual, and that is no accident. We struggle with God's goodness when he becomes unusual, when his timing is strange or the wonder looks like a wreck. But the witness stands. Stand on your conviction. He is good. Your life, even in its unusual state, is a witness to that truth. The conviction in this song reminds us of a hard theological truth. God's goodness is a fact, not a mood. We often treat God's goodness like weather, something that changes based on the atmosphere of our lives. If the sun is out, he is good. If the storm hits, we question his character. But Psalm 34:8 challenges this. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Palatable and visual. David doesn't say, think about his goodness. He says, taste and see. Goodness is meant to be palatable, experienced by your senses, and visual, witnessed by your eyes. The blessing isn't just in the goodness itself, but in the refuge. Taking refuge is the run to his lap moment we discussed. You don't run to the lap because the room is quiet. You run to the lap because the room is scary. The goodness is the safety of the Father's presence in the midst of the unusual. God does not become good the moment he answers your prayer. He does not earn the title Umuhle by performing for us. He is good even while you are waiting. He is good even while the miracle is still invisible. Beyond your feelings, good is his nature. He can never be anything else. Just as the sun cannot emit darkness because it is light, God cannot produce bad because He is the summum bonum, highest good. His nature as Baba is the unmovable anchor. When life looks strange, when the unusual creates a fog of confusion, you aren't anchoring your soul to your circumstances, you are anchoring it to His character. You can rest in the storm, not because you know the way out, but because you know the doer of good is the one holding the wheel.
I do these theological deep dives every week because I believe our worship should be as deep as our music is beautiful. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective today, I'd love for you to join this community. Subscribe and hit that like button. But more importantly, leave a comment. I want to learn from your journey too. Iron sharpens iron. Your insight will help me grow. I truly appreciate your support.
Musically, Umuhle Baba is a parable of magnification. If you listen closely, the song doesn't just repeat, it ascends. It constantly shifts tones, modulates keys, and builds in volume. This isn't just a clever arrangement, it is a sonic mirror of the biblical command, "O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt His name together." Psalm 34:3. To magnify something doesn't actually make the object bigger. The sun doesn't grow in size when you look through a telescope. Magnification simply makes the object vivid. It brings what was distant into sharp, undeniable focus. As the music modulates and vocal intensity rises, it represents the worshiper getting closer to the Father. The closer you get to a sound source, the louder it becomes. The closer you get to Him, the louder His goodness becomes, eventually drowning out the noise of the unusual storm. By the time the song reaches its peak, its highest modulation and its most intense symphony, something miraculous happens. The mess in your life hasn't necessarily changed. The unusual circumstance might still be there, but the Baba has become so large in your sight, so vivid in your spirit, and so loud in your ears that the mess no longer defines the day. You have magnified the Creator until the crisis looks small by comparison. We must give honor to the music producer of this masterpiece. They did splendid work honoring the message with a sound and symphony that translates across language barriers. Even if you don't understand a single word of Zulu, the melody itself is a deep calling to deep. It is a sound that pulls worship out of you because it echoes the frequency of heaven. Xolly didn't just give us a song, she gave us an anchor for the unusual. Whether you are in the familiar or the deep, remember that He is the summum bonum, the highest good. He is Elohim, the God of miracles. He is Baba, the Father of detail. And He is Umuhle, good, in every season, in every storm, and in every unusual moment of your life. He is God, He is good.